So yeah, that's interesting that you got away with being that alt on YouTube for as long as you did, Dodd. But we're live. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, I am joined here today for the second half of the pools with the wonderful, the amazing Dropout Dragon. Hello, Dropout. How are you keeping?
Ignore everything he said. That's a total lie, and I will be contacting a lawyer very shortly.
That's okay. I have that effect on people quite frequently. But either way, we are joined here for the first of the second half of the bracket. So we have, of course, Shield Poke versus Maud up first. Hopefully, SIP will have Texas infrastructure improve miraculously over the course of the next 30 or so minutes. And if the players are in chat, if they could please join in World. Yes, TS Warlord. Oh, God.
Oh boy.
Oh, well, we're off to an excellent start, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, Space. How are you keeping? As we just greet in our contestants with some quick bows. I think that's the play. And I believe, if memory serves, that would be Shield Poke there. So he's looking absolutely stunning. After that, then we're just waiting on Maud to get in World, and then we'll have the first match underway. Sip and Cruci may have to be delayed, ladies and gentlemen, due to technical issues, which are outside of all of our control. There's nothing we can do. And after that, then it's going to be, hopefully, due to the delay, it'll be Amelia versus Frosty. That's a match I'm excited for. And then after that, it's going to probably be myself and Steve of Sky, the fan of aviation. And hopefully I'll be sending him skyward in that one. That's the dream. But either way, I think we're pretty much ready to get this match underway. What do you reckon?
I think that the sooner this is over, the sooner we can all leave this community behind. So I am ready, and you can go ahead and do the first countdown.
All right, ladies and gents. Well, on a 3, because we have Maud on the left and we have Shield Poke on the right, and on a 3, oh, never mind. On a 3, on a 2, on a 1, kaboom! And there we have it, folks. We are going to see the buffs here from both of our players. We see the Starlight Shard. Maud is going to be using the Light Roll Mage, something that in this unmodded arena we've all seen quite frequently. As there it goes, we are going to see the Thrusting Sword come out here on the side of Shield Poke, keeping up that pressure. But when you're going up against Light Roll Mages, how does that make you feel, Dragon?
Very bad. It is a nasty feeling. It's the pit of your gut that just rises up, and honestly, it's like acid reflux.
So in
You
other
feel it.
words, yeah, kind of. But so what you're feeling here is a little bit of catharsis, as we do see the nerfed light roll being punished here by the California net, putting up the pressure, and that's going to be Shield Poke taking the first
Well,
set.
it's definitely one of those examples where if you're looking at a tier list of viability, it does seem like CaliNet is moving closer and closer to S tier with every match that continues, and that's going to be interesting to see how that plays out.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't necessarily disagree with anything you just said there. And, Cali Net does beat all. I think that is a correct statement. And we just seen that evidence there in a way that was completely relevant to his internet. But we will blame it anyway. But GG's to both contestants in that first round. And Poke took it in a very, very dominant set there, I think.
It was interesting knowing that they definitely fixed they adjusted the hitboxes on the thrusting weapons, and yet it doesn't seem like they did it all. But FromSoft knows best, so we're obviously seeing that at play.
Yeah, and evidently by the looks of things here, as I'm just going to get... I have a doohickey. It can't work
Do
during
we?
the rounds, unfortunately, during technical issues. But let me see if I can get this thing to work here real quick, because that's what it's called. Magnificent. So we'll be able to just take a quick look at our contestants and make sure that they look pretty, etc. before the fight begins. And there we go. We do actually have it working as we wait for our contestants to get back in. There's Poke once again in all of his glory. Wow, stunning yet again. As we see him there, look at him. Just absolutely beautiful.
Oh yes, a further reminder that the Adjudicator Shield is alive and well in this game, and yet my Dragon Stones are not. Very upsetting. Don't like it, and I'm
You're
tired of that
heartbroken,
bias.
I'm sure. You're heartbroken,
I
I'm
am.
sure.
I am. I am very heartbroken. It hurts. It hurts.
Oh, we see some
Don't
very
like looking at it.
we see some very sick parkour going on there, ladies and gents. As Poke now is in his corner, and Maud is back to show us what a light roll mage can do against laggards. Usually it's the other way around. It's the laggards showing the everyone else the what's what. But either way, let's take just a quick look at our contestants here, as we do see Maud looking absolutely stunning with his double seal helmet, kind of not fitting with the rest of the vibe of the armor set there. But you know what? Listen, that's just the nature of it. And then Poke is obviously there with what we can only describe as in it to win it setup. Disgusting. I think friendships have been ended over this. But either way, Dodd, are you prepared and ready?
I am, and I'd like to see if maybe that Pocket Sand is not actually the play here, but we'll find out what spells they have memorized as other ones that might be a little bit more flame oriented would be good for this. 3, 2, 1, go.
Boom. And out we go. There we are going to see the buffs here, the Bodikins on the side of... Oh, we have Elden Stars.
Oh, rip your frame rate.
I can see that. Yeah, we see number go down, and usually it's number go up that makes it good. But there we have it. We do see Maud here in the spot of bother. He's going to be rotted. He's kept up the pressure. Shield Poke is just now content. As we do see the Bolus come out by Maud. A bit of arrogance here on the side of Shield Poke, letting him Bolus there. But the amount of pressure that Shield Poke is able to output there is just a little bit too much. And oh god.
Oh dear. The JoJo theme was playing as the slow walk consumed. Very, very menacing. And it seems as though this setup is definitely something that can keep a lot of pressure on something a light roller is not really used to, which is both terrifying to see at tournament, but also gratifying to see as a player. So we're all happy to see that.
Yeah, as we see in Maud here regretting life decisions, and you know what, listen, we all booted up this game today, and I think we're all regretting it too. So listen, we're all on the same boat, Maud. I think that's what's going on here. But when you're under that degree of pressure from someone who can more or less infinitely do it on account of the Bodikins, what do you even do? Do you just play run around to try and like find an opportunity to get some damage in?
I think there has to be kind of a commitment of trade here. It's obvious that Maud is not going to be able to get away from that. It is one of the decisions where you just have to say, you know what, I'm going to just spam it out. I'm going to look at you. I'm going to do what I can, and maybe I'll get lucky. Maybe you'll drop one of your inputs. Maybe the game will get better. It's hard to know. Patch in 10 minutes.
Patch in 10? Cue the posting of the website, ladies and gentlemen. I want to see what happens at the end of those 10 minutes, as we do have, I believe it's a mating ritual of tryhards. I think that's what's going on here. As we do have one of our later contestants in world and ready to go. People never parry in tourneys. Tell that to Crucify, Arrhythmic Pulse. Tell that to Crucify, as he got the double parry in the 2v2 versus Stolovsky and Dark Soap. One
that
after
was
the
a very
other.
entertaining moment. I was very happy with that moment.
All right, but are you prepared and ready, Dodd?
I am. We'll see if Maud is. They're not sure if this is the play, but we'll have to see it. I think some commitment needs to be made on that catch flame, but man, all that poise coming at you. You don't know what to do. Add a 3 and a 2 and a 1, go.
Boom! Out goes the bolt here, as we see both sides going for their respective bolts. The Elden Stairs comes out again. Immediately, I think the damage differential on that trade was not quite worth it, as we're on 380. He did the thing! He did the catch flame. I think we know who's going to be one of the top 8 players, if I'm being completely honest with you.
Those pokes come out, they come out fast, and they just do just enough damage to where you have to get out of there. There really is no trading with that, with the setup that Maud has. I understand that a setup like this would have gone quite far in other circumstances, but it seems against this, with Bodikin's Blessing, and with that much nasty poise, there's not a whole lot you can do. That chase down with that thrusting sword that had definitely 100% had its hitboxes adjusted. He's just brutal, and there's a lot of bullying going on at this moment,
as we can just tell there. And it's kind of a rough one, all things considered. You're in that you're on the back foot, you're trying to find an opportunity to get some good damage in, but that's not that. This was better this time, right? The moral support team coming out and the inevitable therapy the therapy cost for poor Maud here is going to be slightly less. So you know what, we thank chat for their efforts. But I think the trauma here is going to be intergenerational, judging by how it's going. But you know what, Maud's a homie. He might manage to pull something out of his ass here and actually be able to show Poke the what swap, because EU's strong, and that's the important thing to keep in mind, despite what the NA laggards will tell you.
Well, we'll have to see if the Brim Hats can pull this out. I mean, there's definitely some min maxing on Mod's part. You mentioned earlier how the that's always a good sign when I'm seeing right now. You said earlier with the helmet that not matching, that is giving them a little bit of extra faith. So this is definitely a min maxed setup. It's just doing very poorly against Shield Poke setup, who, as we can notice, is very, very talented at the game and is pulling off some sick mix-ups and narnars that we're just not really used to. We'll have to see that. But there does seem to be a fashion change, and we'll have to see if that has any effect whatsoever. I do believe a flask has also been changed.
I would
players are
imagine
ready.
so.
We could get to the countdown.
All right, on a 3, on a 2, on a 1, kaboom. And there we have it. We are going to see the Bodikins come out here on the side of Mod. Mod going for... Oh, he listens.
Ooh.
The therapy might not actually be necessary after this, as we are going to see some sick trades. However, Shield Poke definitely still has the advantage, as we see the bat turnaround there on the Catch Flame. Oh, Mod is in a spot of bother here, as he has been rotted. However, just go for that Catch Flame. It's actually relatively close, as we are going to see both of our players here going for their buffs. Mod managing to get out of that bit of corner pressure there, keeping up the pressure here is the side of Shield Poke. And out comes the Catch Flame again, and that's going to be...
Ooh.
That was a good turnaround. That was a good change of pace from the other rounds.
And it turns out putting on some weight in Elden Ring will help you out in one way or another, which is not to be said for many other games. Please take care of yourselves out there, and remember that McDonald's is just an option, not a requirement. But these guys have gone full Big Mac on the rest of us, and we have to watch that. I am glad that I'm not so totally out of the loop that my advice is not usable. I'm glad that we can see that. Catch Flame, however, as damaging as it is, I don't think in this particular instance can break the poise as often as it wants to. And it does have very short range, which that thrusting sword does not. So Shield Poke is still in the advantage with a setup like this against Catch Flame, but at this point it's one of their few options. There are some other spells that would leave Mod open, but would definitely put up some interesting pressure.
Yeah, for sure. And you know what? I'm going to be excited as we move a little bit more forward into this to see how Mod adapts all the way going through here, because Mod improved immensely in Dark Souls 3 over the course that I played it, and to see him do as well as he has been doing in Elden Ring is also really heartening, and he's adapted quite well. But he has one more stock to play around with before before he will be sent home, and we'll all have to find someone else to shout for. But we do have both of our players in round 5 of the first of 5. Poke 4, Mod 0. Dragon, give us a count in.
I'm going to go with the 3, 2, 1, go.
Boom. Out goes the bolt there, as we are going to see Bodikins come out here on the side of Poke. We are going to see the Pocket Sand here on the side of Mod. Goes for the Wrath of Gold. Has he been watching your videos? Is that what's going on here?
It's possible that some non-meta setups are being used here, and going for that big magma. That's going to be hard to get off. There's a trade here with all that armor. They had to use that flask to be able to actually roll. So Bodikins didn't come out. Not sure that magma mouth can actually do that without Bodikins. And we are seeing that being reflected here. There is so much rot that's going into our brains, going into our screens, and this game is just going to be with us forever. And that's just
some
sad.
nice rolls here on the side of Mod, though, but unfortunately it's not going to be enough, as that is going to be Shield Poke taking this in the 5-0 against Brother Mod, Homie Mod even. Thank you so much for the wonderful show, gents. And now we need to figure out who's up next, because, well, I didn't.
Don't tell me don't tell me the worst of the worst could have possibly happened in this giant league. Don't tell me that.
I know it's may have turned out someone mightn't be able to show up today, and let's have a look here. See, either way, I'm going to update the brackets real quick. And Dodd, what were your thoughts on that amazing match, my friend?
Well, I think it was let's pretend it was really close. It was a really close match, and it was definitely a lot of talent was being showcased here.
The showcasing of the magnificent talent really went hard there. But yeah, if Maud, of course, wonderful, wonderful human being, great friend of both the channel and myself. So it was really nice to see him play here today. Shieldpoke though, BHS
Yeah.
thrusting sword. I think we're establishing over the course of this tournament it's kind of strong.
I think some data is being collected on that. For sure. And Mod as a player is no slouch. And I think, not to continually berate on Elden Ring, but I think fights like these really showcase the extreme difference in build setup and what kind of advantages that you can have within that. And in the other games, your skill level could possibly balance out using something a little bit different or using something that is strong in a different circumstance. But in Elden Ring, it comes down to setup, and right now the rock paper scissors scenario was not working out for Mod in that regard. Whereas if they took that build into the arena, they would be getting a lot of hate mail, which would be fantastic for the user and maybe not for the opponent. But it is fun to see, and I'm sorry, there is a little bit of catharsis there for you, Mod, because I do love seeing a light roller just get chased down and die. That is something I'm going to enjoy that, and I'm sorry, but Shieldpoke's extreme talent and extreme brilliance with a fat man setup tiny sword, there's nothing that can be done about that.
No, it was most certainly something. We are just waiting to see if our next set of players are in fact ready, and they hopefully will be. I do see Amelia back and ready to go, which would give me the indication that we'll be good to go now in just a second. Thoughts on the full heal flask? I don't honestly like. In that match, it's really hard to tell Shieldpoke. That's the problem we have here, because like we've seen in another match where Faraday did go for the flask, and oh my god, it did not pan out well for him. So I think someone who's actually able to give a little bit of pressure, and is actually able to like basically trade into it well, you lose out an awful lot of utility from doing it, which is why I necessarily allowed it. I will look at it, but that's my current thoughts as of right now. She has all the she has the data, and we know in other communities and other games how well that works out. So you know what, I'm going to be super curious.
Well, and in this that last fight is something to speak on when it comes to flask or not flask, with a setup that Shieldpoke has. Bodikin's Blessing can come out like that, and they are ready and willing and can get right into the battle. Whereas Mod, having put on the Fat Man armor, understood that they had to use their flask immediately, or they would not be able to participate in the fight at all. So can they get off 2 buffs? You don't know. So flask versus non-flask in any situation, heal or not, is still something very punishable when the other person could be ready in an instant. So it's an interesting choice to make when those options are available
for sure.
to you.
We're just so Amelia's asked who's next. I'm trying to get in touch with Frosty right now because we might have your match next. But I haven't seen Frosty around, so yeah, there we go. That is the next 2 people who are ideally next. If not, it's going to be myself and Steel, and I think that us 3 then, and that's pretty much it, because I don't believe Sip is going to have his internet back on time, which is unfortunate.
It's just an unlucky day for the contestants, and this is what happens when we try to include a little flexibility into the schedule by having 2 different days for the league, which is good, but also has these moments where there's more time for things to go bad.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not the end of the world either way. It'll be. I will be curious as to see though what both Frosty and Amelia are bringing. We do see Amelia here. We have the antlers out in force. Not entirely sure what is going on there. The Nodders, I believe, is what's going on. As I'm just going to check up and see with Frosty if he is there. Here you are up. Let's go. All right. Frosty versus Amelia. This is a match I have been very excited for, Dodd, because Frosty, of course, has an amazing record under him. It's kind of incredible. He has loads of tournaments under him. I think the only person with more tournaments under his belt is Space Ranger and Dark Sub. I think that's the competition. So, There's
There's a
actually
lot
for
to
it.
be said about that kind of thing. I mean, tournament nerves are a thing, and having this much experience under your belt is a good thing. I mean, that is always a mental headspace game that we have to be aware of. Build or not, skill or not, being able to perform under pressure and understanding this tournament is one thing, the next is another, and it is okay to perform as you can.
Yeah, exactly. As we see our players here doing what we can only describe as the EU greeting, and Frosty, Rune Arc is allowed unless you're here to show off. Just as a heads up. The realization. Hey, there we go. He is prepared and ready. All right. Okay, so ladies and gents, into your spots. We'll take just a quick look at the builds. Not that we haven't already seen them, but as we get them into their corners. Oops, key daisy. That is going to be Frosty here with. Is that. What on earth is he using? Is that. I don't even know the name of that sword, Dodd.
I am not entirely sure.
There we go. We can actually swap over here real quick. There we go.
I'm being told it's a Onyx Blade, which it's very rare that something pops up in a tournament where someone has to Google, but there are many weapons in this game.
Well, I think
which have been thrown to the garbage, and some others that aren't. But
So Helfen Steeple, and there is Emilia herself ready to go. There we go. We have the shield poke on the side of Emilia. Weird shield poke didn't take it, but Soviet versus Frosty. Soviet on the right, Frosty on the left. If I got my lefts and rights correct, which I did. Dodd, at your leisure.
3, 2, 1, go.
Boom. As we do have the bolt out, we have both of our players here going for their buffs. What is Emilia going to be doing here? We do see the black flame stuff come out here on the side of Frosty. Going for the Bodekin's Blessing. Frosty's going to be playing around with some stuff. As we do see a nice trade there. 72 chip damage there isn't great. Emilia playing it nice and slow. We do see another shield poke come out here on the side of Emilia. This is going to be a high damage, a high lat match, if memory serves. Oh, he goes for it there. Not quite able to do it. 252 damage there on this exchange. We might actually be in for a long one, Dodd.
And it seems that way. Both of these players are using more of a conventional tournament setup, whereas the other one is using what I can only assume is a weapon ripped straight from Dark Souls 3. And I gotta be honest with you. I'm not sure if the greatsword is the play, but we do know that there's definitely a swap with the talisman, which name is escaping me at the moment. That does a lot more shield break damage, guard damage, whichever you want to call it. The stamina will go down a little bit faster, but if that talisman isn't being used, you don't have a lot of chance against a fingerprint shield, which is unfortunate. That is not a weapon that you would normally see, but that fish right there was excellent. The execution there was just fantastic. Sometimes you just got to do a dumb thing to bait out a smart thing. Who knows?
Well, Emilia's playing the long game here, kind of the way that this setup is supposed to be played. People get very greedy on shield poke, but it's not to be slept on. There's still an awful lot to be said in terms of its frame data, in terms of what you can get away with, especially with the tech that you can get away with on the perfect block. Like, there's some good options Emilia does have here to be able to just consistently pressure him, but the volcano pots are definitely going to be an issue forcing those... forcing the aim punch here, which is a very smart strategy, and that small 1925 damage in each time he goes for them is definitely going to be something, as we do see Frosty here take a little bit of damage, force back once again. Emilia, 97 damage. Bodikins is probably going to be wearing off shortly, I would imagine.
Well, you'd think that, but it lasts 10,000 years, so it's hard to know. But it is a lot of... Ooh, what a smack right there. There are a lot of different strategies are being used by Frosty here to get around that shield. We all know that shield is dangerous in its own right, but the chip damage has just been going through bit by bit, and I applaud that effort. We will see if it matters. Another poke there. All of the recovery in this game not being a thing. Even a shield poke has trouble punishing a person, but there was 3 nasty hits there that Frosty did not need to take.
Oh
So we'll
yeah,
see
no,
how it
this is
continues.
definitely going to come down to the wire, I think. And Frosty. Oh, the grab! That is a bad time to be Amelia. Will we see the swaps now? Is the question over to the feathers. That's going to be the real question. Is Amelia's going to be in a spot of bother? She can't afford to keep tanking these volcano pots, and they're definitely doing their worth. You know, we're seeing like maybe 200 or 300 damage worth of chip coming out there. Goes for that poke, but the recovery's so low.
Well, this game being what it is, for some of you guys who don't know, those volcano pods can also be used as a recovery cancel, which is it's not something we've seen a whole lot in this match, but if it happens, it happens, and some interesting movement can come because of that. Changing up the timings. You were speaking about perfect block earlier, and I'm not entirely sure that's possible if you're constantly walking
Oh,
through one
she's
of those.
coming.
And that's
She's
a
hit the
big
damage.
hit.
She can't afford to take another one.
No, that chip damage is going to take them down. If the block strategy is now over, that chip damage will not matter.
And now she see the two-handing now of the thrusting sword, but I believe she is in fan dagger range. It's going to be a very curious thing as to whether or not she is going to be able to do it, but Frosty's no slouch either. We do see the Storm Stomp come out there trying to set up a bait because she realizes now that, oh no, 12 damage, and that's going to be Amelia narrowly losing out to that one. Oof.
Well, I think your prediction was correct. The game, in fact, was going to take a bit. This is going to be a longer round with two players that are using a setup that is pretty dangerous in its own right, but also it isn't going for giant burst damage. This is definitely a war of attrition between these two setups.
A war of attrition, oh dear. But yes, it is. Frosty, I think, played that the right way. He played it just as slow. He didn't overextend. Could have afforded to trade a little bit into it there, I think, especially given the last, going for those strafes or anything like that would not have been the play. But Amelia as well, she looked for those opportunities, slowly but surely chipping him down. That's kind of the way that it's supposed to be played, I reckon. And someone has followed. I will thank them in a little bit, chat. But overall in that set, we've seen some good adaptation. Frosty maybe not expecting what he was going to be going up against. But in that situation when you're going up against the shield poke, what do you do?
I always try to get another person to commit to their animation, and that normally works on randos, but against a good player, they're probably thinking that's the play. And in that moment, Frosty was able to get around and get a nice backstab in that. That was really the defining moment of the damage trades here was getting that backstab in, because unfortunately with the animation of the shield poke, you put in just one extra one or a bad call out or a bad read, and you're stuck in that for a while, and it's very easy to get around you and pretend this is another game and get a backstab. So unfortunately, I will have to break the role play of two commentators due to some background mechanical issue. Is Discord screwing up for you, Enda?
No, it very much shouldn't be. Why would it be doing that? Let's
No, I'd say it was more of a connection issue that it seems to be working itself out, but for a moment there, that was really brutal, and I kind of just had to take your word on everything going on. I could not see a thing.
Let me do the reasonable thing there and just stream it once again. If not, we'll use the OBS thing. Is that any better, or is it just as brutal?
Let's take a little quick look on my end as I continue to pretend that this is all working. Oh no, you know what? That is a lot better.
Okay, cool.
All right, cool. Everyone's favorite podcast, that, which is never laggy. Thank you for bringing that out for us today. We can all enjoy that wonderful paragraph of why this game is definitely going to have its memorable moments, if not its hatred for the rest of all time. It will definitely have its memorable moments. Thank you to all involved.
Wait, what is going on here? What? Sorry, excuse me?
There's some cancels. There's some fun cancels there.
Of course Frosty finds them.
Oh, yes. There's a number of interesting cancels that can be done in this game, and as the meta evolves, we will slowly but surely find out that it is coded like something that would have been put on Nintendo 64. So we find that out and enjoy ourselves.
Brother Frosty, if you could be ever so kind, we can show off some stuff in between rounds. Is there maybe a little bit of... oh, he can cancel that too. That's as he does. Interesting. But I'd like to take this opportunity to just point out lol Italians. That's the current priority now, as we do have both of our contestants in and ready to go. And apparently, I don't know why, but it has My HUD has decided that it is not going away. Magnificent! Alright, ladies and gents. On the countdown, I'm ready to go.
3, 2, 1, go.
Boom. Out goes the balls here. We are going to see the physics here from both players. Glintstone Chris comes out to try and get that punish. Not quite able to do it, though. So you do see the Scythe come out here on the side of Frosty. Amelia going in for that attack. Scythe is one of Frosty's favorites, and it might actually be a good pick here because you get extra chip. Ooh. What do you think?
You get a lot of extra chip with a Scythe, which is obviously the normal pick against, shield poking in general. And I was wondering if that was going to come out or if he was going to commit. But that those Scythes are definitely the enemy of shields. But still, even with that, the amount of damage you can put out on the counter hit is sometimes not even worth that. So you have to be careful. Throwing out a charged R2 like an absolute champion, something I wasn't expecting to see out of the Scythe, but there it was. Another amazing catch there on that jump. Those are starting to hurt a little bit too much. The war of attrition is a bit one-sided at the moment.
Be careful now. You talk like that, you might make me think about DS3. But looking at it here, the win con now in Frosty is to try and interrupt there at wild times. Try and get those turnarounds. The backstep spacing there on the side of Frosty. Is this Dark Souls 2? What's going on here? Impossible. As we are going to see now, Amelia go out now. 40 chip there on that one. Although does manage to get 200 in that exchange there. Amelia rolling it out there as well. Goes for that attack. Whiffs it out. Frosty spacing there was on point, Don.
That was definitely a drag. And for those who don't know, you can drag your hitbox with your movement and interrupt or even trade with an attack much faster. And that is something that was really, really tough to do. Given certain latencies, but man, you see that and you think, I think Frosty's got this nailed, which is obviously a skill set in these games, is understanding what your latency is with your opponent and what you can do around it.
Oh, he overextended the drag there. The dead.
There it is.
It can also be called dead angles. They are synonymous, but I like to think that dead angling is talking about something very specific, as we're going to see now go for that little bit of just a little bit of pressure there. Amelia managing to get out of it. She realizes now the shield is not the play, but he does manage to catch her there with that one. Oof. What a set.
This no rules set is starting to look a little bit laddery to me, and I'm going to ask those players to just raise up the BM just a little bit if they can. This is starting to actually look like real matches, and we can't have that.
We need friendships to be ended out of these fights. That's really what we're going to have to do.
Bingo.
The Bodekin's Blessing is, of course, is fantastic in this. Why? I'm so confused. Yeah, we need more point downs. A little bit of BM, why is he waving sort of deal. That's what we're really looking forward to, but...
we always need to know what's for breakfast and hope it's not no dice. We don't want that.
I wonder what the wake up's going to be.
Me too.
We're on round 3. Frosty to Soviet 1. Soviet did say that shield poke is something that's very underrated, weirdly enough, and as the frame data player who knows what the frames can actually do, I was curious to see what it could do, but Frosty has that in-game experience and has poured over the frame data as well. Maybe he might take a page, go read it through bedtime before he sleeps, and that's his thing. But he's a phenomenal player. He understands the game. Again, when you're going up against a tournament player, the game knowledge can sometimes not quite be sufficient in order to be able to deal with that mechanical skill. And fair play to Frosty, he played that immaculately well. But that's Amelia is no slouch at all. But that's
and there's a difference between reading the frame data and understanding the frame data. Most people can pore over these sheets, and whether or not they know what to do with that data or not is completely up to the player's ability. I will say the shield poke strategy, as underrated as it might be by some people, is mostly that way, I'd say, because it's just not that fun to play.
Yeah.
And so somebody devoting that much time to mindlessly playing that setup is definitely going out on a limb that I wouldn't. And so I can understand people not understanding that matchup because even the sweatiest of sweaties they just get bored doing it and go right back to the twin spears. So it's one of those
Mm.
situations for sure.
And as well as that, just to be clear, as like someone in chat brings it out, like Amelia in the 2v2 with Lino, both LOL Italians, phenomenal. Oh god, what is he doing? Oh, there we go. He is finding an what? Sorry, excuse me? You know, someone had asked me in the data collection to look at setups that are underutilized. I think Frosty's going to bring all of them once so that we can't say something wasn't used. Fucking gusting. Can't believe it. Alright, we are almost ready to go. Dodd, at your leisure.
3, 2, 1, go.
Boom, out goes the bolt there. Oh, hang on a second. Yep, it's all good. Alright, there we go. Both of our players are going to be buffed. I'm not sure if the Bodikins is out now on the side of Frosty. That's going to be a problem. Amelia's going to have to stall this one, I think. Boom, goes for that. The end punch does come in clutch there. Amelia taking that one little bit of damage. And obviously here we're going for the bombs coming out on the side of Amelia. To try and force some bit of aggression. Force Frosty into a position where he actually has to aggress. Oh, she is going to eat that though. That's unfortunate. Force back now once again at the side of Amelia. Does manage to get that 128 damage there. Bodikin's blessing is definitely something.
It is one of the items of all time. Watching this rotted battle hammer is setting me off a little bit here. It's one of the worst ways to actually get rot off on an opponent, and yet Frosty is still getting some actual use out of it. The moveset with that hammer is so difficult to roll catch with because it has almost negative range. And I hate that weapon and both love that weapon for low-level bullshit, and I've never seen it used in a tournament. So this is an interesting moment. And it is reflecting, I think, a little bit in the health to be screwing around at this moment. But I think Amelia had a chance to ball us there, and they're going to regret not doing so.
Well, she's taken the chance now. She's actually run out fairly wide just to give him that extra little bit of, just to give him a bit of a wider berth. But, you know, force back now. Oh, almost catches him with that. She's playing very, very careful now. She realizes she's quite behind in this set. Realizes she has to kind of play just a little bit more careful, and her aggression has definitely been punished fairly well in earlier rounds. So playing it just a little bit more safe, Dad.
No, I totally agree. Well, I have half a hash brown in my mouth. It is funny to see. It's funny to see Hoarfrost Stomp. It's obviously was very popular at the beginning of this game for damage reasons, but like Flame Strike, fell out of favor for a little while since everybody was using it. And as it's rotating back into the scene, people have to relearn what the timing is on this thing that no one actually sees anymore. Much like Flaming Strike, many of you know what that feels like to just roll into it like some kind of moron and go, I knew what that was. Why did I do that? For Frost Stomp, basically the same thing.
Well,
but
we see a rare royal remains here on the side of Frosty. What on earth?
An actual cockroach mode moment, which, given the damage on the other side of the opponent, that actually could work out for them if they're not totally chased down.
Oh, she's gone for a beautiful roll catch there on the side of Amelia. Very, very nice as she's slowly but surely chipping him down. Frosty is taking that opportunity to just play keep away now for the time being. Goes for that, almost manages to get that punish as the side of Amelia. And that's going to be Frosty now keeping that runaway there, trying to find an opportunity. Goes for an L1, takes it again, 107. There we go. Out it goes there. 1-1-1. Oh, the backstab to finish it out!
What a beautiful backstab on Amelia there. That was just fantastic chase, fantastic punish. You know, we all know Frosty is a very skilled individual, but these weapons that Frosty is picking has to pull out the 100% sweat mode, and that is some serious evidence of that. You can drag these things to water, but you can't make them drink. And I'll tell you what, that is definitely apparent there. That was Amelia with that beautiful chase.
Yeah, and the guaranteed BS there as well. Absolutely phenomenal. We won't be asking what's for breakfast because there's going to be no more breakfast after that one. That is going to be 1 point on the board for Soviet, taking out 2-1 on the side of Frosty. Well played, Amelia. And I was going to say earlier on, it is definitely something that's worth pointing out. Amelia does have tournament experience as well. Maybe not in this game, but definitely in Dark Souls 3. And she did do very well in that 2v2 versus Lino, getting, I believe it was third. Was it getting just shy of third place? I can't recall off the top of my head self. But they did very, very well in that tournament. And it's good to see that she's able to back that up in a 1v1 as well.
Absolutely. The punishes and chase downs in this particular round, it was nice to see that actual thought had to be taken, which is a refreshing thing in Elden Ring, since that is just not normally the case.
I didn't think that those two words went in the same sentence. Thought in Elden Ring, but you know what? Listen, I'm glad to be proven wrong, as we do have Amelia in world here and almost ready to go. We're just waiting for Frosty. Keeping us out here in the cold, Dodd. I don't know what to do about this. This is kind of...
I know. This is one of those rounds that's going to go on a bit. You made that prediction earlier, and you were absolutely right. It was a powerful thing to see these swaps from Frosty, and we know that the shield poke, as effective as it is, underrated as it is, it's not the most burst damage setup in the game. I mean, it can hurt on a counter hit, but it's not going to be something that just tears through somebody's health, you know. And that is, it is definitely a war of attrition, and we are seeing that reflected in the length of this particular matchup. Yeah. Speaking of length of matchup, you're going to have to carry for a minute or two, because I have an Egg McMuffin, which is way more exciting than Elden Ring will ever be. So I'm going to finish that real quick, and you do the rest of this garbage.
Enjoy your breakfast, Dodd, as we do have both of our contestants in and ready to go. It is going to be Frosty versus Amelia. Both of our players are in, set, and ready. And while Dodd enjoys the rest of his hash browns, we are ready to go on a 3, on a 2, and a 1. Allez. And there we go. We do have the bolt out. We are going to see the immediate punish there on the flask. Amelia managing to get that little bit of damage out. We are going to see the dual Mogs here on the side of Frosty, and I'm not sure if that's going to be the play here, as we do see Amelia here going for that little bit of pressure. Frosty has a huge opportunity to do very high stamina damage using the Mogs. He also gets status damage 532. What are we going to see here? He's going to run away there just a little bit. We do see it there. Out comes the shield poke on the side of Amelia, looking for those small opportunities to damage. He does outrange her. She goes for a standing R1. She's kind of looking for these opportunities here, but the recovery is so low on that. She might not be able to do it. In fact, that's crazy. Able to actually get that punish off. Lightning quick reflexes here on the side of Frosty as he goes to these little backwards jumps here to try and just annoy that spacing a little bit. Is she going to be able to do it? Tries to go for a roll catch. You do see 22 damage there from that. And oof. I'm not sure how this one's going to pan out. 22 damage. We are probably going to see Amelia here. She is going to be quite high on bleed. Will she go for that roll? We do see the chilling mist, come out. And I'd imagine we'll be seeing the Anmer swap come out on that one. The Clay and Moore swap to try and get the mist applied to another thing. If that's still in the game, I can't remember. Oh, there it goes. Oh, 744. That's going to be her tier proc there on that one. As you do see the volcano pots come out. Very smart play here on the side of Frosty. Put himself against the wall so he wouldn't get backstabbed. This is some DS1 strats. That's what's going on here. We are going to see a battle of the statuses here. Obviously, looking at it, we are going to see, you know, Amelia going for these small little chips of damage slowly but surely. Frosty keeping it up, though. He's no slouch. He knows the what's what. And that's going to be Amelia keeping up that pressure across the board. Ooh, 166, 332. That's going to be the tier god for Frosty. This is an incredibly even match. An incredibly even match, as we do, I believe, see a swap here come out on the side of Amelia off of the cold. 199, just shy of 200 damage. Are we going to see the Royal Remains swap come out here from Frosty? He is trying to bait in that over aggression so he can come in and get some damage run out, and while Amelia is catching her breath, he can then go and get that Royal Remain. Never mind, he's going to go for it, menuing in her face. That has to be that careful in this exchange. Out comes the volcano pot again. Small little chips of damage. 85 over the course of that exchange there. Again, it's not big numbers, but it's the consistency of being able to pull it off. That's going to matter in like the last couple of hits. Almost gets the backstab grab, and that's going to be Frosty just taking a leisurely stroll. Taking a 200 damage there. Oof. Oh, 508! Frosty's on Death's door. Amelia trying to go that. Are we going to see the Ripple Halberd come out? The sleep. Oh, I'm just slowly caught there. Ah. Amelia, taking that set. What? Around. Taking the stock, sorry. There's more in this one to go. That's going to be forcing a 2-2. Oh my god. Chat, what on earth? My inventory is so bad right now, Lamau. Okay. You both have my attention. How are we feeling? Like what are the thoughts here, chat? Because Frosty did a good job of playing a patient and not kind of playing into the win condition, which is, that you were going to be, that you could be, if you aggress incessantly into shield poke, you're going to walk into silly shit, and that's slowly but surely going to be, the defining thing that, like, wins that match is that they're slowly able to chip you down. But what Amelia did there very nicely is just rolled with it. Any bit of aggression that there was, taking those small little opportunities to get those roll catches off. Really impressive stuff. Well done to both. That you're definitely putting on one hell of a show for us here today.
It was a show indeed. And in fact, it lasted so long in that match, I was able to finish all of my breakfast immediately. Ignore that. Definitely not getting a phone call in the background, and definitely not walking outside to have a smoke away from this tournament. I think, again, it is really funny to see Hoarfrost Stomp being used, with more and more chip, more and more damage there. And it's so difficult to roll when you never see a weapon art anymore. It's just totally out of your memory. It's totally out of your thought process as being dangerous to you. And then it just comes out of nowhere and pops up and you go, oh yeah, that's the timing for that. And that happens to everybody, regardless of skill level. You just forget timings on stuff that's not popular. And it is funny to see. We all fight randos in the arena, and they just don't bring that anymore. And you just forget that.
Yeah, and it definitely, that roll catch the end using the what I can only describe as the Hoarfrost Stomp at the very end was really, really impressive. But we do have both of our contestants in and ready to go. Dodd, you're back. Give us a count in.
I'll give you the count in, but I can't give you the commentary because I'm definitely not watching. 3, 2, 1, go.
Boom! Out goes the bolt there. And what a match you are missing, though, Dodd, as we do see Amelia here taking the pressure. Out comes the pots. Goes for a little bit of pressure. Are we going to see Volcano Pots here? We are yet again from the side of Frosty. No Frost Pots, funnily enough. Is he losing? Or there Rancor Pots either. This is kind of an interesting one as we do see the poison come out on the side of Frosty. I wonder, though, if the chip that Amelia is going to be able to slowly but surely do going to out-damage the poison here in this one. I'd be curious as we do see 388. He overextended that drag, but that is going to be 16. And the clock is ticking now for Amelia. As we do... Oh, no, we see the sleep grease. Oh, dear. Uh-oh.
Someone isn't messing around anymore.
We've evened the score. Now it's time. Oh, that's going to be 500. Uh-oh. The clock is down, and that's going to be Amelia slept. We do see it. 1, 2, 3. Uh-oh. Things ain't looking too hot for Amelia as she is now at tier range, and Frosty is definitely showcasing some of the filth that can be used in this tourney for sure. That's going to be Amelia now slowly but surely being chipped down. Is she going to get an opportunity? BHS comes out on the side of Amelia. Amelia Swapper getting that small little bit of chip damage there once again. 271 though on that one. Very nice display. Are we going to see Frosty now? Goes for the run R2. Not quite able to connect. I believe that was a run R2. Oh, 400 damage. That's going to be Amelia. Is that going to be that? That's going to be that.
Ooh. That is going to be that. And it is something to be said on Amelia's part that a player like Frosty, who is well respected within the comp scene, doesn't have the ability to autopilot anymore. The try-hard panties have been pulled up, and I got to tell you, it reflects in that sleep. That sleep coming out is dangerous. And
yeah, especially on the latency here between these two. I mean, we're looking at anywhere between 130 all the way up to like 180. It's going to be an interesting one. That's going to be rough. And someone has asked how to counter sleep. What you do is you give Sleep Mover enough alcohol that he's not able to continue functioning as a human. No, sorry, never mind, wrong one. So basically what you end up doing is you switch the talismans. You can jump the proc as well. Yes, that is also true. But you basically stack enough focus that it's not an issue anymore. Find an opportunity to counter pressure, and then GGWP no re. That is more or less how it works. As we do see, I would imagine what Amelia is doing here is even with the talismans. Yeah.
Yeah, everything's good on paper until you fight a player that is experienced enough to understand that paper as well.
Yeah, and Amelia
And
is
knows
looking
what
at it
they're
here,
looking
even with
for.
the talismans. We have too high a lat to space it. Yeah, it's rough. It's a very, again, very high latency matches. It's a true hard counter. Yup. As we do see Amelia here trying to figure out what she's going to do, we do see her at round table hold. Let's observe the creature in her natural environment. What is she doing? Can we figure out what's going on here? Oh,
Didn't have enough time. They are experienced. They are ready. There is no nerves to be had. Getting right back into it. I hope Amelia is having as much fun as Frosty is. These are definite matches that are putting a lot of people on the edge of their seat. Actually, it's not going the exact way we thought a tournament like this would go. But that sleep coming out there is starting to show the BM that I am looking for, and I'm starting to get excited for it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm ready for the VM. I'm ready for the Johns. I'm ready for everything, and maybe this match will show it.
Maybe, but we do have Frosty here after his sick parkour versus Amelia now, who's just scrambling over to her corner. Dodd, have you finished that refreshing Marlboro?
I have, and I am back in my seat, and I'm ready to pretend that all of this is taken seriously. And I'm ready to give you your countdown. So 3, 2, 1, go!
Boom! Out goes the bolt there, and we do see both of our players here going for their respective buffs. Amelia going for hers. She's actually choosing to use the I think Frosty's having some fun here. He's on the Reduvia.
Oh dear, that builds up a lot quicker than people think it does. It is not a joke of a weapon in the hands of somebody who understands what it is they have. Pressure is always something that a status weapon will benefit from. An aggressive player like Frosty, ooh, there it is. I told you, you gotta get that weapon off. Boom, it builds up fast. That sleep, though, again, he barely rolled that Frost proc. People are forgetting what Horror Frost Stomp can do on its own. And it is a really funny thing to see in a tournament like this one. Another sleep pot comes out, and oh boy, throwing those pots. There are some streamers out there in shambles seeing those pots, and they are just coming out one by one, and we get to enjoy it.
Yeah, the bleed here is a really interesting one, especially on something like the Reduvia. Reduvia actually makes it super spooky as well, because you have like relatively high damage option on Arcane, and on top of that you have like just that the L2 on that will just melt your bleed bar. It's kind of insane. And it's so quick, you can get those procs off, you can roll catch with it. Even on this latency, it's like, oh, goes for the jump attack there, not quite able to land as the side of Frosty. Frosty's playing around for a round. We're seeing he'll try hard for one, he'll try out something different. He could just stay on Ripple Halberd and this would be just, you know, over. Oh, 1,000 damage in that exchange, though.
That evened it out a little bit. Just trading with that weapon art is devastating to your bleed bar, and you can't be in an animation and then hit and roll that bleed at the same time. So you're going to be eating some serious damage. That hurts. Yeah. That is massive. A poison cloud, because high latency. Many players who don't know, the more experienced players know that the high latency matchup status is something that really goes into it.
Someone's on the clock.
Oh dear, and it is over with that trade. That is a beautiful play. That Reduvia is scary. That is not as much of a meme weapon as people think. It puts out some serious damage when it wants to, and ow. A
certified lol Italians moment, I think, there in that exchange. But Amelia, I think she was expecting the sleep to come back out again. The ripple is definitely something horrific. And that's rough. That's very, very rough. We will see when Amelia is able to come and figure out, if she's able to figure this out. I mean, she does have options in this one, but this is looking real rough. Ooh, that's I'm intentionally not changing setup. She's sticking to it.
It's true. And I do believe the respec is not allowed within a set.
No, that is correct. Yeah.
So that is Amelia kind of has to, in this regard, stick up to the setup, which is always the risk in a situation like this, where you know that there's a setup that might counter something or might be a little bit better. Like against this, not everybody knew what they're going to be fighting against, but when you spec that hard into something as Amelia has, it is always a risk, knowing you can't just change your mind unless you had a decently varied build, which in this case we don't know if they do.
Nothing is banned. You are not allowed to change builds between sets. I think he changed builds a few times. If I can make sure that isn't the case. That's an easy one to figure out. He changed from int.
Oh.
He was using carrions. At int weapon. Let's see. Uh-oh.
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 Frosty, did you pull a no read? Is that what you did?
Yo.
Uh-oh.
Just checking here real quick. Oh my god. Hello, welcome in, Sadia Moon. Can we get a shout out? End of the Frosty. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Frosty oopsie? I think it might be a Frosty oopsie.
It might be.
LFG, I'm actually here.
Welcome in. Thank you very much for the raid. Let me just very quickly check. I think the resemblance is truly uncanny, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
He's using Godric's rune for real. I'm just checking up with the players there real quick. Uh-oh. Zoom in on this. Oh, fuck. He's done it again, the bastard.
Yeah, Frosty somehow broke rules in a no-rules tournament, which I'm sure will just be...
That is terrifying that you put...
See, I told you that you need a haircut. I told you. See, it's right there. I told you. And you said, go to hell, fuck off, don't like you. And then here it is, right? That the proof is right in front of you. I told you.
Oh, well, you know what, Frosty? GG, a phenomenal player, has displayed some interesting things and decided to not read the rules.
Oh, dear. Now, what does that mean?
That means that's going to be, if memory serves, that's going to be, I think, based on this, that's going to be Amelia taking the round in, like... I think Frosty won the first round, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, so it's 1-5. It's 1-5 then to GG's had a blast. I'll see you next week. We're all wiser. We now have seen what's happening. And yeah, I'll chalk down the score. Again, the scores are cumulative, so they'll add up over the course of the league. So that's going to be 1, and then the rest then goes to Amelia. There we go. Well done, Amelia, for decking it. I forgot to pay attention. GG's though. 6.
Well, bringing a face like that to the tournament is grounds for disqualification anyway. So don't worry about it. They really had it coming. Just bringing that ugly mug here, that was absolutely uncalled for.
Mm-hmm.
No one needed to see that. No one at all.
Let me just make sure that this is actually working. Set 1 to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Yo, we actually did it. No, Frosty should be... What? I'm so confused as to what's going on. Challenge is messing up. I'll figure it out in a bit. But that is 1 to Frosty, 5 to Soviet. GG's both. Great fights. Absolutely phenomenal. FYI, I spent 6 hours hand sculpting Enda's face from scratch. That is utterly terrifying. And I'm not sure whether to be flattered or get security installed. GG's, men. I'm going to take this opportunity to not have a Marlboro, obviously. Give Frosty fresh fries for the sliders and grab a fresh cup of tea. After this, we'll check up and see if Sip is back. And if Sip is back, we'll crack on. But Dodd, the floor is yours. Figure it out.
Figure it out, indeed. I got to sit here and I have to think about the ramifications of the last set, and I gotta tell you, Frosty, how do you take a tournament with so few rules and somehow break them? This is gonna weigh over you I'm going to make sure people remember it. I'm going to be laughing about that for a long time. How do you manage to do that? I would like to know. Because my God, here we are, staring at everything and wondering why. Such a simple thing. Unbelievable. Though I will give you credit because you're showing and exactly how ugly he is, and I'm always down for that. So I'm kind of a mixed bag. I want to berate you, but I also want to be proud at the same time. It's very difficult. It's a difficult thing. How do I do that? Unbelievable. What is that going on in my corner? I have got some weird technical thing on the side. Go away. Go away. Okay, we're good. We are good. Oh man, so chat in this more casual back and forth that we're having with absolutely nobody. How are you feeling about the tournament so far? Are you enjoying the more casual nature of this entire affair, or are you thinking let's go back to super high production so it takes 17 hours? Which what do you want? What do you want out of that chat? Let me know because I have to bounce off something now that Enda's not here that I can just make fun of, or the Elden Ring's barely on screen. I can't make fun of that either. So it's just something I'm sitting here to waste absolute time. I should have just gone for the smoke too, but he decided to give me the floor, which was always a huge mistake. I wouldn't have done that. I would never have done that. Tell us a joke. I got you a joke. Long time ago, I did some volunteer work with the Boy Scouts because I had two cousins in it. And they're, of course, all gathered around this campfire and exchanging stories, exchanging, facts about animals and facts about survival. And I remember sitting down in front of them, and there was maybe about 9 or 10 of them. And I looked at them and I said, you guys ever notice how birds always fly in a V pattern? And they're like, yeah. And I said, you ever notice how one side of that V is always longer than the other? And they're like, yeah. I said, you know why that is? And they're like, no. And they looked super interested. I said, because there's more birds on that side. All of those 10-year-olds were super unhappy with me in that moment. Didn't like that. Didn't think that was funny. Sure enough, you fast forward a couple of years later, one of those kids is now a fully fledged mentor and helper. And, I'm volunteering again because my cousins asked me to. And I'm grilling up some hamburgers and hot dogs. And that kid makes eye contact with me for 1 second. I give him a little wave. He gives a little wave back. And then he stares at me for about 5 seconds like he's remembering something. And then he looked over all the other younger kids there and he said, you ever notice how birds always fly in a V? I knew then my legacy was secured. The dad jokes would reign forever. And my little contribution to that would go on forever. There you go. That's my little joke. That's all you get. Little quick story there that I'm just pulling right out of my ass. And that is the extent of what I can do as an entertainer. Definitely give me money for that because that you got it. Cool story. Yeah. It's about all I got for now because I had to wake up way early to do this and I didn't get much sleep and neither did Enda and I know neither did Steele and that was all mistakes we're making. Tell us the legacy of the Florida car dealership guy. Family Auto Mart? You want to talk about Family Auto Mart? Family Auto Mart where we're wheeling. Fat guy does a cartwheel. And dealing. I loved. Oh my God. Family Auto Mart. I love that shit. That was always so good. I don't think actually I've told him about Family Auto Mart, but he'll have to wait for another time because he is back from his smoke after mistakenly giving me the floor.
I know. I thought this was a really good idea.
Smoke. That was stupid, but I did get to tell a good dad joke, so kiss my ass.
All right. Well, it seems as though it's going to be myself and Stolovsky up next. Amelia, would you be so kind as to join my world and to host the session for myself and Steele? Okay. Just grab us in and I'll get my stuff ready But yeah, unfortunately, Sip and if I do that, she can't be mod, and we all know Italians go mad with power, so you know. I figured that would be at least, at the very least, funny. Boo, which one do I want? Okay, let's go this. I am so prepared for all of this, chat. You have no idea. I spent all day making this as opposed to messaging players and stuff. Obviously. Oh god. That's very washed out. Grab a sip? Yes, I will. Let me see what my inventory is like. Oh god. That's disgusting. If I can remember correctly. Oh god, that's the last time I used that. Jesus. Ashes of War. What do I want here? Do we go? You know what we're gonna do, chat? This is what we're gonna do. I'm incoming rule change whenever Steel wins around. Yes, that is exactly how that is going to work. I don't even know if this is going to be good for this build, but you know what? We're gonna roll with it. We're going the old meta, boys. Is this actually good? No, but we're doing it anyway. Flasks. No, that's the wrong one. Physic. That seems good. Alright, we're going old meta. Let me just change all of the things here for the... Not what I'm looking for. There we go. Wait. We gaming? We are going to be gaming, Steel. I was just about to message you as I get everything set up, unfortunately. Steel. Oh! It's going to be... And, obviously, this is going to be this is the score. Yep, this is the honest score. Otherwise, he's DQ'd. Clearly, obviously.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely, 100%.
There we go. First to 5, round 1. All right. I sent you the password earlier on, Steel. Nope, no sessions found. Ooh, yes, same password, Amelia. I think will we invite Stilovsky in here to trash talk for a second is the question.
Sure. Why not?
What could
It's a very it's a casual league. There's zero reason that shouldn't happen.
All right. There he is. He has been added.
You'll have to reopen the...
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Yep. All right, where's the trash talk? Where is it?
Disgusting. I can't believe it that we have such a creature.
Man calls and then doesn't speak. Look at that.
I can't believe it. Look at the audacity of this individual to come into our turf.
1, 2, 3, it's working now?
Yes, it's working.
Yeah, it's working now.
Nice. Hi.
Hiya.
Hey yo, so trash talk.
I'm going to murder you. You stink.
You stupid. I will get you. XD.
I love you.
That's sweet.
No, I love you back, bro.
You guys are fucking weird. I demand better trash talk. I demand it. I need this. I need this today, and I need it now. Let's go.
All right, listen, Dragon. You trash talk instead of me.
What do I gotta do that? You paying me for that? You paying me for that?
Yes, I do.
Oh, you do? Oh,
yes, I do.
All right, and you absolute shit stain on the community. Unfucking believable. You have the audacity to keep this shit alive. And here you are pretending that your EU hat is going to save you from fucking anything. Halbert Offstock, oh man, have you dropped off. Fallen off the actual wagon. Unbelievable that you'd have the audacity to think that you could go against 9-year fucking veteran Steel of Sky. You're done. It's over for you. Look at that PSGS. Do you even know what the meta is anymore? Halbert off, get out of here with that.
Well, you know, if you even had eyes, Dodd, and you even knew what the bloody game was, you'd know this is Hall Dagger. Jesus Christ, get with
imagine
the
actually
stuck in the past.
Actually playing
stuck
the game.
in the past. Not able to keep
me.
up with what's going
Couldn't
on.
be me.
Can't believe it. I was something
be
5-6 years ago. Now look at him. How the mighty have fallen. Now he's got the audacity to mess around with the new gens. Can't be fucking leave it. Get off it, dude. Get off it, dude.
Get off it, dude. Imagine running a league you're not being paid for, and I'm being paid just to be here. Get fucked. Thank you, Steel.
Imagine me actually paying you. Disgusting. Jesus.
You're not paying me. Your opponent, who apparently said that he would on camera, and I will remember that, is paying
Thankfully,
me.
I didn't say how much.
That's fine. I don't care.
About as much as
I'm
he
still getting
deserves,
paid.
I reckon. But we're just gonna wait for the bolt to come out, and then me and Steel will have a grand old time.
Oh yeah, definitely. Please shit talk during the match. That is gonna really bring out the love and positivity within this community, and I think that would be a good idea. Let's do that.
Yeah, we have Amelia in her corner. I am ready to go whenever she is. GGWP, may the best shitter win.
Indeed.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
It's going to be weird casting from your perspective, but here we go. Especially if you're going to block half my vision with that stupid hat. I hate that hat. I hate it. Okay, and all the buffs are going off, and watching that jumping L1 right off the bat, the Bloodhound step laughing in your face. Let's see if Enda's rampant experience with Halbert Offstock will help, and it's not. It's not. Already the pressure is coming down to it. Oh, but Steel does get his poise broken, which is as surprising to me as it probably was to him. I mean, that Dagger putting in a little bit of work. Oh, and there's Briars on the field too. There's absolutely no respect between these two individuals. They can't stand each other. You see that Briars come out as the ultimate BM, and then already it is over. Enda is in fucking shambles, as he deserves to be. That jumping L1 came and could have been read by a fucking blind alligator, but he missed it anyway. Unbelievable.
Florida man talking about the reptiles yet again. Who'd have thunk it? But here we go. I'll be back in, and I'm going to be more prepared this time. I know what I'm dealing with. You stink. You smell. I'm prepared. I'm not prepared enough to have another Bodykin's Blessing. Give me one moment. Where is it? Oh god. Oh god. 1 second, everyone. I realize that this is a thing. As I said, I'm the most prepared human being out of all of us. You're coping.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, while Enda prepares to go down to the optometrist so he can actually read what's coming, get himself some spectacles. But we're gonna have to ask, what was going on in your mind during that entire thing?
Nothing.
I absolutely believe it. 100% believe that.
I slept. How long you slept, Enda?
About 4 hours.
Yeah, same. Like 4, 3, something like that.
I got 6. You guys have serious skill issues.
I was too busy playing with photo mode, which we'll play around with a little bit more before it's all over. I'm reconsidering life decisions. That's the TLDR and what's going on.
Yeah, I bet you did. But you said I need a legacy, and that legacy is this. And now we are all looking upon the results of that. And it is damn near unfortunate for everyone involved.
Steel 1. There we go. All right, we have the old meta up and ready to go.
The old meta.
This was the first tournament setup I ever rocked. That's the funny part.
Of course it was.
Of course it was.
Have you no shame?
No.
We know that. This tournament is proof of that.
Alright, apparently the blessing did not reset. Let's fucking go.
Let's go.
Oh wait, never mind.
Can we... You have it or not?
I know, it's okay. We're all good. Keep going.
Maybe
No,
you should.
Go,
We can...
go.
Yeah,
Ow.
let's go. Uh-huh. Steel is laughing again at your spacing. Another amazing reverse jump that definitely could be read from 1,000 miles away. Getting even closer. Oh, there's a little bit of that bleed buildup. An actual running R2 because Steel doesn't care. Steel doesn't respect you, and neither do I. Look at that. Already past the health limit on that.
Wait,
bubble
what?
tea.
Oh, well,
God,
that's
it's over and over and over and over again.
that shouldn't be happening. What on earth?
What happened?
Apparently
Okay.
I have auto rev on. I have no idea how that happened.
Oh
How
my
did that-
god! Can someone disqualify this shit?
That's a DQ. That's a DQ.
Holy shit!
That's a DQ.
This is
That is a-
incredible.
that's-
Holy
that-
fuck!
Yeah,
Actual
actually,
tournament
it
organizing
actually is.
cheater.
It actually is. It actually is a
Holy-
DQ.
my-
Congratulations. What?
And
What? It
I-
shouldn't be on. What? I'm so confused right now.
My god!
Absolute trash can.
Rosti, look who disqualified you.
Could you kill me
Fucking-
there again? Still, just murder me here real quick. Yep, I go again. Okay, now, Jesus. You need to disable every script? I just realized that. I did! I went through the whole, I had to turn off the entire table. That's so funny. Do you want to play out the round anyway, Steel?
I wouldn't. I'd just say no. You're DQ'd. I'd say you're lower than. I'd say you're lower than scum. You ruined the sanctity of this super serious tournament, and that you should just be sent to the gulag for it.
Holy
That's what I would
shit.
tell him.
I don't know what to even say. I'm just offended.
I am too.
I cannot. Okay, we can play more. So I can use more weapons to take more out of this very professional and
Oh yeah.
but only because of that. Otherwise you would be done.
It's true.
My reputation
You've
in shambles. My legacy going up in smoke as we speak. Can't
You've lost the
believe it.
mechanical victory and you've lost the moral victory all in one match. Unbelievable. It's very rare that me and Steel are on the same side on something. That's how bad you fucked up. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it.
Both of you are trash. This is Nicotine Boy, the normal caster. Thanks, Magstein. I can't believe it. Cheating is just a round loss. I am out. Well, we'll play it out anyway, and I'll figure out. Polish stays winning.
I think you should update the scoreboard.
I think I'm going to think about that real quick, and you were correct
Fine.
and right. 2-0 to Stilovsky in round 3. Can't believe it.
Like everything I'm asking for is that so no one would tell Enda that he actually has in the rule set that he can override the rules at any given moment.
Yes!
Just don't tell them. Okay?
That is true. You know, conveniently, I think the cheat engine should be allowed for a round, and then and I think we move on.
But
from
only
there.
if your name starts with E. This is the rule.
Why did the? I'm so confused because here's the funny thing about the table I'm using. If I click it, it automatically selects a few things, and I manually deselected them, and it still did it anyway. So you know what? That is very pro. That's curious. Interesting.
I can't believe you had Undead on. We're becoming a certain famous.
Well, I mean, I thought I was going to win anyway, so what difference would it make?
Oh my god. And we discussed keeping that as a feature, and all of this embarrassment could have been avoided if you just listened to me.
However, look at what it has led to. That's the important
That's
part.
true. I hope everybody remembers this moment forever. God knows I will.
All
Every
right.
fight we ever have from now on, I will remember the fact that you're just a big cheater.
I still
Every
don't have the blessing.
Just go. No, stop. No.
No,
We haven't
go,
started.
we're go,
We haven't
go. I
started.
have a blessing. I
No.
have a blessing. It's good enough. Fuck you. I don't need it, okay?
I think you do. But here we go.
That's compelling gameplay.
That was the most Elden Ring thing I've ever seen.
Oh. Damn it. Monks.
And a Mistral. GG's there. There's a better version of the magic. I know. I am painfully aware.
You know, I'm trying to figure out who's the bigger fool. The person who cheated or the person who actually practiced to do this fight? Hoop. I can't figure that one out. I have to think about that for a while.
That's definitely something to consider as we move on through this very compelling and set I completely thought about, as I have to actually get the Radiant Blessing here real quick. I love you guys. Thank you. This is not distracting me at all.
I'm really feeling the professionalism. I'm really feeling the seriousness, the weight of these moments in our favorite, awesome, 100% game of the year, Elden Ring. And we just all have to...
We all just have to let
Bask
that
in
sink
it.
in real quick. Yeah,
Yeah, we're
for
basking.
sure.
We're basking in this.
This is so goddamn annoying that it just doesn't automatic. Hey, let me. Really feeling it, Mr. Krabs. There's a low amount of it, and I really hope there's more in it going forward.
Yeah, me too. As you're being attacked by a ghost.
Let me turn on, make sure everything is turned off again. Alright, we will find out now in a second. Yes, everything is turned off. Let's go. Endigo Lightning? No! I'm too professional.
It's too late. Yeah, that is a new status effect from the DLC. Just absolute ghosting, 100%. I can confirm that this is all DLC that you're seeing here, 100%.
Endigo
little sneak peek, you know.
Alright, we're getting Amelia in position, not using Torrent. Tourney unpro, I think. Oh, the naggy shitters.
Oh dear. And we are watching at this very moment live, seeing somebody's pride and their dedication being thrown right out the window. With each passing step and moment, the seriousness of this entire competition is on display. Another damn Steel is just chasing you down with that. I want to be funny, but that was just brutal getting in there. And there's going to be some aim punching with that Briars. Briars being something that just these days just hurts. Another Endure, and Enda doesn't have an answer for it. That Endure is just going to be wiping the floor with anything Enda wants to do. And then caught him doing, he was using Task Manager to swap, and it shows. Enda goes down yet again with that piss poor swap. Unfortunate for everybody involved, and I hope I'm earning my money.
I'm definitely not paying you.
Yeah, I didn't ask you your money. I didn't get promised nothing from you.
Blessing gives 35 defense. I used the right blessing! You silly goose.
Oh dear.
Oh my
Not
god.
the Phantom Madness. Oh dear. What an unfortunate turn of events.
I can't believe it.
I
Instead
know.
of Keen. I mean, use lightning. Oh, that's a good point, yes.
Steel, you asked me last night if I had faith in my friend. I think the answer is no.
I cannot believe that I had more faith than you.
What you have to remember, Steel, is I haven't played this game properly.
No, Johns. No.
No,
Don't wanna hear any of that.
I
No
mean,
Johns. No Johns.
You're just cheating. Wait, no,
Oh,
I'm running out of options here. This is not looking too good. Fuck.
Rolling stones in glass houses. I can't believe it. God'll get you for that.
I think God will get me for a whole lot more if I'm being completely honest with you. Get good
I would
build,
love-
come back as real. I switched. Look at this build. It's not. All right, I'm prepared. There's two of them over there. What are they doing?
Wait. What is?
What are they doing up there?
They're making sure that this league is taken very seriously. Is what they're doing up there.
Can we even parry double spears? Don't even fucking tempt him. I would. My self-esteem would not be able to take it, Mangstein.
Steel.
Yes.
Steel, do it.
No!
Steel. Steel, do it. You pull out that parry. You pull out that parry swap, and you fucking annihilate.
Listen,
them.
can we do it BO10?
Huh.
No, I think we should keep on.
Okay.
I will keep on with what we'll keep on with what we're doing. But,
I don't think so.
for the sake, you know what? For the sake of my oh, I need to Great Rune as well. That's a good point.
Oh wait. We started. We started.
GG's though.
Oh.
Yeah, that's how this works, gentlemen.
Hi, Steel.
It is. It is
Hey.
often said that developers are not very good at the games that they play, and it seems like neither are the commentators, which is just so disheartening to say, as they both not even understanding how a match starts or what they should be doing during it. Enda showing all of the prowess and timing of someone who is just some rando in the arena, and Steel being so sleep deprived he's not even sure how to even look at it. I wouldn't be either. Staring at this, watching that Scarlet Rock go up, Enda has managed to dodge some of those attacks, and is actually the first one to land a hit, which surprises pretty much everybody. But Steel understands the damage. It is getting closer and closer in. It's kind of harder to check this out on Discord when it's lagging like crazy, so I'm making up half of this. But Steel allows a bolus, I think. Could have been another Bodkins for all I know, because the bitrate is in shambles. So, I cannot help you
And
there.
in he goes. Enda here is going to take up center here. Steel pushed into the corner. Enda is rotted though. He's going to be in a bit of a bother here as Enda just spams into him like a monkey. Out it comes there. His stamina management is about as bad as his taste in video games as he goes in for the jump, looking for an opportunity to come in. Enda still rotted, looking for this. He does have the Royal Remains on swap because he knows that the Geiger counter that his swaps is incapable. Thanks for stealing that one too, Dodd. As we do see now the rot slowly but surely taking effect. Spaces out that like an absolute god. Steel keeping up that pressure. Steel looking for an opportunity. Goes for it once again. Out it comes. Bloodhound stepping away like the bitch he is. Goes for a jump. Gets the punish as the side of Enda. Looking for an opportunity there. Is going to be staggered. Steel is super low. Is Enda going to be able to do it here? Probably not. But however, Enda goes for the jump. Looks for your opportunity.
Actually, I just dodged it because you said so.
I fucking hate you.
Oh, that's a metagame disqualified.
Don't look at my split screen, bro.
Screen peeking, outrageous. I'm not gonna lie. That Bloodhound step is just keeping you from dealing with any mistake whatsoever. Oh, God, but it's reflected on both of you. Now, this is exactly the kind of match we thought would be in this league. That is upsetting. It's sad, and it's funny how one player has the audacity to call the other a bitch after cheating. And here we are. Oh God, I'm so ready to see this last bit. Someone's got to run out of FP eventually, and I'll probably come back to commentating in about 2 hours. When so,
7 flask was a good idea, by the way.
yeah, don't worry about it.
I have an idea.
Yeah, do you? Oh dear.
Oh! I mean, nice.
Elden Ring moment. Oh my god. Or should I say, oh my non-existent, because that is proof there is no God, there is no justice in the world. Steel actually falls to this piece of shit who is getting the smallest of ego boosts after having that exchange. I can't believe it. No justice in the world whatsoever. I refuse to watch the next match. I'm having a smoke.
All right, I'll cast my own match then. Fuck you. Fuck, I have to do everything around here. Jesus Christ. Steel
You got it.
Oh my god. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Oh, how he kind of let me win there. GG Steel, you know, the pity.
I didn't let you win. I didn't let you win. I'm sorry. I tried very hard to get that reverse backstab. Okay.
That's the same thing, Steve. Oh my god. Hang on a second, I need to spawn this thing in real quick. Completely legitimately hug a lady real quick.
Real?
Real. Confirmed. There we go, cool. Den wasn't that bad, ended 2023. There we go. Oh, by the way, if you don't already know, please go follow the Den. Like, legit, and offer your services to them. They need all the help they can get, guys. Go do that. The Duelist Event Network at Twitch. Join their Discord, and if you're willing to volunteer your time, please go do it. Otherwise, I will call you. Oh, good God. What the? Yeah. What on earth have I stumbled in on? I've woken up half drunk and unaware of God's love and grace. I feel the same way. Look at me go. Top tier sliders. Those sliders are pretty good. Let me just make sure that I have the scripts all turned off. Yes, I do. Alright, magnificent. No more End of the Cheater. Alright.
Once a cheater, always a cheater, don't we know? We'll be able to John that for the rest of eternity. Including whatever fights we have on PSN. I'm blaming you for that too. Doesn't matter.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we do have it here. Stilovsky is going to go for the JL1. Enda looking for an opportunity here to come in. We actually see here, goes for the roll. Enda remarkably managing to reaction roll it. Enda looking for these opportunities to come in. Steel taking it nice and slow, playing a very slow game here. He does have the better setup given the rule set. So in other words, Enda is coming here from behind. However, Steel has taken a little bit of chip. The panic roll's coming out on the side of Enda though. Looking for that opportunity. Bloodhound Step coming out there. Does manage to roll that. Spaces that one out though, however, doesn't manage to get the punish because recovery in this game is absolutely vile. Enda looking for that opportunity because the attack off of Bloodhound Step is not very good in the PSGS. Enda looking for these opportunities. Goes to the jump. Managing to get that bait there on the Bloodhound Step. Enda has now a poise disadvantage so coming into this set. However, I think the next hit may pushing him off there as Enda now looks for that opportunity, jumping underneath and getting caught in his model because this game and its physics engine are the most reliable things known to man. Goes further, crouch R1, Enda just about narrowly managing to get away with it. Enda eating that JL1 because he's hungry for damage. Steel going for the cheeky parry there, thinking that it's going to be actually worth going towards. And he catches him there with that one. Not quite able to do it. Here we have it. Enda now looking for these opportunities. Goes to the L1. Not quite able to do it. Sets up there. Steel now knows that Enda's going to be going for those cheeky. Oh, never mind. I don't manage to do it. Ah! I mean,
Enda goes quiet because he's actually trying. Thinks there's actually a shot here. A bit of hope. Enda's wondering to himself, why did I let this happen? I wanted to cast my own match, but then I started giving away. Will Dragon tell him how low his stamina is? We do not know. The metagame here is absolutely insane. Steel trying for that BM parry, and I applaud him for it for the brief moment that I would ever do. And, Enda starting to realize that those Bloodhound Step pokes there with the dodge attack are actually pretty good deceiving. But, again, Steel is using Bloodhound Step as well, and that is just watching two brain cells being rubbed together and frying out. Oh, dear! Steel goes down trying to BM another parry, and I gotta tell you,
What you mean? It's
Little bitty
optimal
BM.
play against Spears. I have seen it in my comment section.
Oh well, we all know how those always tell the truth. And I am watching the frames drop like my interest in all things in front of me. Unbelievable. Disgusting.
Oh my god. GG though. Fucking hell. Dodd is so fucking funny. Don't give him notions, Faraday. That's your first mistake.
I'm sorry, I'm carrying this whole thing just for you. I'm taking all credit. There's nothing you can do about it.
Well, I mean, if you want to take the blame, that's entirely on you.
We'll
as
call
we
it God's
as we slowly ruin the culture, bit by bloody bit. Right.
Hey, if there was ever a project that needed that involvement, I would have been there. 100%. I am here to make the culture worse. Stop calling me bot people. I don't want it.
What?
And there was just such a huge reason that people don't answer the phone anymore, and it's always bot callers. I'm telling you.
There we go.
One of these days, I'm going to answer on stream, and you can see how I deal with those. It's going to be hilarious. One day.
I think you should do it now, honestly. Based Verizon ringtone.
Okay, you want to know how based I am? Let's start off with this. It's a flip phone. I don't own a smartphone. I do not own a smartphone. And I know some people are going, are you fucking crazy? I work from home. The internet is in front of me. When I leave my house, I don't want to be connected. So I don't have a smartphone. I don't.
Make sure you're not rotted, Steel.
Oh, yeah. I wonder what that does for his mental.
I shouldn't be. How do you check if you are rotted or not?
You go into your key items, isn't it?
What I am definitely not how that's called runarked, but yeah.
You're not runarked?
Yeah, I didn't have runark on. That's okay.
You can do it this time, right?
Yeah. Like, so where do you check if you are rotted or not? I think I'm not
go
rotted.
into your inventory and then check key items. It should be somewhere in there.
Inventory,
yeah. Just rest in your grace every time. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I feel like rested right now on the grace because I was changing something. Like I was, adjusting the strategy. The optimal one.
The optimal?
Again.
Oh god.
Yes.
Uh-oh. I cry every time. Hi, Steel.
Yo.
GLHF. Love you, Gooby. Boom. Go.
Okay, we are back to the fight. The fact that it's not a 5-0 already is a proof that there is no God. Sleep pot coming out from end to side, making 1/4 of the map just unplayable. And more pokes. Can you believe it? There's pokes. Oh, Steel now turning his brain on a little bit and decides that he's got to actually space out some of this before he actually gets embarrassed because he's playing around a little bit too much. And there is some of that wonderful balance that we love in this game, that kind of pressure, that kind of trade. And not getting a whole lot out of that experience. Another BM parry. The chat section is on fire, trying to tell him that there's an easy way of doing this, and there it was. There is that, but it is not enough to finish him off, which is probably as surprising to Steel as it is to me. Getting closer and closer as I get my own fucking Scarlet Rot here, wondering where my albuterol is. There it is. We're all good. Another jumping attack as we are looking at the most arena fight I think I've seen so far in this game. There is no respect. And again, he is going down. Still not entirely dead because regen is a thing. Steel is now chasing, thinking about what we're looking at. Parries don't just give you everything, which is stupid. Here we are staring at it. Another parry. Ooh, and Enda is crouching tiger, hidden dumbass, and he's getting closer and closer to faking Steel out and continuing to try to BM him so he can have another fake ass win. The cheater is living far too long in this engagement, and I am not enjoying it. A backstep like he's playing Dark Souls 2. There are no iframes here, you moron. That is not how it works. Another 4 parries. It's not spam if you get one. And Steel goes down, obviously not caring about his career or the justice in the world. Unfortunate. very unfortunate
I hate
for
you
everyone
so
involved.
fucking much.
It is a record of about of Paris in one tournament, by the way.
Well, let's just jot that down in the Guinness Book of Who Gives a
Yep,
Shit.
yep. Take it, man.
Let's just jot that down. Make sure we put that in the Book of Grudges and wipe our hands of this entire event.
Oh my god.
I mean, it's tournament after all.
Yeah, it's super serious. Oh my
I'm
god.
trying my best, okay?
Oh my god.
I hope the servers go down tomorrow. I hope this ends. Okay, I hope this whole series crosses the event horizon and we never see it again.
This is why I
Oh
have you
my
here for the
God.
emotional support, Dot, okay? Don't worry about it.
You better believe it. Holy
Thinks he can finish,
God.
but he's so mistaken. Yup. It's comeback time, baby.
the reverse sweep.
The
Nobody saw
reverse
it coming.
sweep. I just actually need to change something real quick. Oh my god, how much shit do I have in this? Christ. There we go.
My chat reminds me about Runark.
Yeah, well,
Bait.
I can't believe it. Betrayed by Stilovsky's chat. Chat, why are you doing this?
There are so many things allowed in this tournament.
Steel is
And the
farming
real-
you for content. How does it feel? I feel warm and fuzzy inside. The prospect of attention is
The-
definitely something.
the absolute skill set of this tournament is being remembering all the buffs you can put on. It's really a knowledge check in of its own. And it's
Oh
probably
my
the dumbest
God.
knowledge check I've ever seen, but you know. Oh God.
Are you enjoying the tournament so far, Mr. Dodd?
I know
what
you're
do you
not I know you're not asking me that. I know that. You got me fucked up. You asking me that question.
I have no time to enjoy the tournament because I sweat so much.
Ah, I see.
Oh yeah, get Steel a towel because he's dripping all over the floor with those 4 parries in a row, sweating an absolute out. Definite thinking cap on.
All right, I am ready when... Oh, there we go. We are ready. Out it comes. The buffs here from both of our players. In goes the physic on the side of Enda. Steel going for his blessings. We are going to see even more buffs come out now on the side of Steel. Enda tries to go for a roll catch. The Fool, however, Bloodhound Step is stronger than the roll button. We'll have to figure this one out. And I jump into damage because that's how that operates. Oh god, I ended up eating an awful lot of damage there. That, you know, it's okay. The match has only just begun. Or something.
Yeah, or so they claim. As Enda gets quiet, actually trying, thinking he has a chance, getting closer and closer. That Briars is going to aim punch something, and it's going to be very funny when it actually comes out. Another nasty hit. Steel spacing it out, no longer in funny mode, laughing. But that was a pretty good space, actually, right there. That was a nice sidestep. That wasn't, but the one before was. That was, and another jumping L1 that barely misses you, because again, there is no justice in the world. You should have absolutely been hit by that. Ooh, another nasty back hit. Another jumping R1 that just catches you. That timing change there, thinking that he wouldn't do another just number brain dead jumping L1, but there it was. Oh, we're watching it now, and the bitrate again is losing for me because thank you, Discord. So this is looking like a RuneScape match, and I'm really enjoying it. I might have to look back over at the actual stream and be delayed to that, so who knows. Another blue flask, because FP doesn't matter in this tournament. You do whatever the hell you want. Gets caught there. He's laughing at you. Oh, no parry for Steel at this moment, but it could come out. Steel throwing for content because, my God, once that world record parry, because everyone will definitely remember that, I'm sure. Ooh, here comes out the Qatar, which are and the Endure, which is that is so saddening to see because we know how that looks. chat is in Enda's pocket for some reason, because I guess everybody wants to root for an underdog. Royal Remains comes out. Enda had the right idea to try to catch that, but the latency just wasn't on his side. Endure is coming out again. There is some interesting movement on Steel's part, and an interesting decision again. The lack of respect that Steel has. Another crouching moment, wondering if he could get in close. I don't know if fan daggers are banned, but we're going to find out. And again, the justice of the world is slipping bit by bit into the cracks, the absolute ass crack of society, slipping away as Enda takes another point. Undeserved, unloved, and
What do you mean undeserved? Dude, it's going to be reverse sweep. I can feel it in my bones.
Uh-huh.
I still don't know how to catch BHS. Is it just functionally impossible, or do I just have to go for the read and go for the run? Is that literally all I can do?
Actually, like on the serious note,
Yeah.
I find BHS on seamless co-op actually hella okay. Like, you know, it's still like a very powerful tool, but like I catch 180 ping gamers. Like I'm roll catching in Servin on, like, you know, and we have like a 180 plus ping to each other.
Yeah, it's interesting. I this is the first time doing full dirtbag on like on Seamless, and it does feel a little bit different. The networking is definitely kind of strange. I don't know how to feel about it.
Someone told me that like I think Clayamar like sent me the explanation of someone that knows like the net coding stuff, and apparently like seamless co-op is utilizing Steam protocols, whereas like regular game doesn't.
Yeah,
and
it makes
the
it much
netcode
smoother.
the netcode is straight up better.
Well, I'm finding as well the input delay is much lower as well. Like I tried playing vanilla this morning and I wanted to uninstall again. So you know what? Listen, Seamless is definitely making a huge difference. I really like it. No, this is. I think again, I don't see myself playing much more vanilla. If it's in the state that it's in. Vanilla also does use Steam according to Soviet. Interestingly enough.
Again.
Vanilla also does use Steam, according to Soviet.
That's interesting because it's contracting information. Like the guy that like Clayamar got the information from is saying that it doesn't. Amelia says it does.
Amelia says, but they have separate lobbies and Seamless has reworked connection code. So I'm sure there's some distinction. And of course, contradicting information in this community is
Never.
It's so very rare. We don't know what to do about this situation.
I thought it was very funny. I think it was actually Amelia when she talked about a new idea, same tournament, whoever buffs the most wins. That might be true. That might be a good one. I'll put that into the ideas pile, Mangstein. But no, changing. I'm always pretty cautious when putting together tournaments about like the amount of things that are changed. Like Briar's aim punch is still on this one, if memory serves, and I'd like to keep it that way. I'd like to keep the experience as close to vanilla as possible. Like an awful lot.
Okay, and let's fight.
Yep. No! It's an imposter!
Let's fight, Enda.
It's an imposter! It's not me!
Let's fight, Enda.
It's not me!
Where are you
No!
going? No, Enda, you coward!
No!
Enda has left the arena. That is a disqualification.
Come here! Come here!
And unfortunately, Steel followed, which means they're disqualified as well.
We're all disqualified. A disqualification for you and for you.
I got him, guys. Enda the cheater gone.
Oh my god. GG's, everyone. Oh, there's Frosty.
Oh.
That's cool. Just fight around him. It's an arena hazard.
End of the arena hazard. Okay, I see how it is, dude.
And we keep him.
I think he should try and...
Oh get
This
out
is-
of the way
get
so
out
I
of-
can get this. I need to live my life. I can't sit here staring at this forever.
Are you sure?
You told me this would go quickly.
It is going quickly! It's been under 2 hours, and I'm in it, slowing everything down by cheating like a shitter.
Unbelievable.
Frosty, sweetheart, could you kindly get
And
on with it?
second end, I can leave it. Okay.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, all right, I'm good to go.
Oh man.
All right, there we go. Match point, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to see 15 million buffs here on the side of Stilovsky. Out he comes there, goes for that trade. A trade anti-air is there apparently. Not quite sure what was going on there. And looking for an opportunity now. Sticking in neutral. Again, he played DS3, so you know, neutral is pretty much all I know, but that's not neutral. That's also not very good. Out he goes for the JL1. Not quite able to connect. Steal. Here it takes a bit of damage. Goes for the opportunity. Oh no! Eats more damage because that's what I'm good at. You know, listen, you have to be good at something. Tries to catch the BHS. Not quite able to do it though. As the side of Enda rolling out the change up timing there on the side of Stilovsky. Trying to go for those drags. Enda moving in there for the punish. Oh, the panic rolls though.
Oh dear. An actual backstab being had here. Another crouching attack, pulling it up. We are
That's got to
watching
be the catch
history.
then to finish it out.
I tried. I failed. I'm sorry, Dark Soap. I tried to follow the legacy.
You know, I
but
just
true.
realized that there's a reason why there will be a disqualification. Endo wins. I haven't thought of the actual reason yet, but yeah, 5-4.
Oh, no!
Yeah. Them is the rules.
time!
Them is the rules.
Oh my god! I guess I take my L. I am getting like a bullied by Emilia over here for taking the L. Oh well.
Can't be fucking.
All right. I will see myself out to be very upset on my live stream. and
Yeah,
shit out
obviously.
every single of you for like rigged tournament.
Rigged.
I expect my payment soon.
Yeah, I'm sending you these $2 as we speak.
Sick, nasty.
Let me see.
Okay, bye. Yeet.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, and funnily enough, that is actually the end of that as well. As I am getting battered from on high. Let's do something about this real quick. There we go. All right. Special thank you to Emilia. Oh my God, Lion is Among Us imposter. So true. And I think that's pretty much it. Unfortunately, Sip and Cruci are not able to make it today. So we'll be probably doing their match off stream. And that's the end of pretty much the streamed portion of the